And I'm awake. Hey, everybody. It is Scott with the Wait What podcast brought to you by Hollywood Producers React. My good buddy Sam is not here today, and I will explain to you why. Pardon me. As soon as I get one thing updated, and I promise this won't take but 2 secondos ish. One more thing, I promise. Hope you all are doing well this Wednesday. This is January 28th of 2026. Um, it's been an interesting week, to say the least. Interesting week indeed. And I'll discuss that as well. Well, don't know if that worked. Um, all right, so first things first. Ooh, hello to everybody who's on. I'm not really paying a ton of attention at the moment. Miss May Roma, I am way too early. My alarm went off. I know how that goes. I know how that goes. We'll just go back to sleep, and I promise you I'll let you know when it's getting good. So Sam is he is in the hospital actually. He wishes everybody a happy Wednesday. He's just in for observation right now. He woke up with a high blood pressure, things that scare you a little bit. So he had it checked out, and they just said, why don't you stick around for the night just so we can observe you, make sure you're okay. And from what I understand, he should be back tomorrow, back home tomorrow. But I'm sure he's watching. Maybe, I don't know if they let him use his phone. But if he does have his phone, I guarantee you he's watching this. So you can wave to him. I'm sure he's he'd be happy to hear from you. Um, it's 9 p.m. there. Well, it is 8 p.m. here. Thank you, Love and Life. I will if he's not watching, I'll pass on the message. Um so let's just go through a couple of things. I mean, we had a few and you guys can, ask away any questions you feel you'd like. But we did some things this week. What is this? Today's the 28th. So let's see what we did. We did another casual Chuck. I hope you guys watched that one. It's the one about Ken. Um, I think we probably talked about it a little bit on Friday, but if you don't know who Casual Chuck is, most of you do. But if you don't, he's what I would consider a super fan of not just like SB19 and some of the artists or creative artists that are coming out of there, but he's really a super fan of the Philippines. And so we dig that. We love that he has pride in his country and his countrymen and women, and and we love that he is really passionate about SB19, whom Sam and I really dearly love. And so we did another documentary style thing that he produced on his own, and it's over on his channel. It's what nobody understands about Ken from SB19. We learned a lot. And I didn't know he had a bunch of haters, but I actually like Ken. Love his voice. He's got that really low voice, but he's really, really talented. All right, I'm gonna go back and see if I can find any some stuff here that I missed. Oh no, so Love and Life. Oh no, I hope he feels better soon. He will. He'll be fine. Sorry to hear Sam is not feeling well. Wish him all the best. That was very sweet of you, Andy. Sam's being observed. Yeah, I feel bad for them, really. Uh, the little thing has changed on here. That's cool. Um, let's see what else we got here. But yeah, he's from everything I understand, he's fine. They're just observing to make sure he's okay. I think it is a law in the Philippines that you have to be able to sing very well. You know what? It certainly feels that way, Andy. I haven't. So speaking of which, I was just going through some things we did last week. One of the things we just did was the REO brothers, who are also from the Philippines. They're not unlike Mission Souls, but they're very much unlike Mission Souls. They're really good. They did a cover of the Bee Gees' uh, "You Should Be Dancing," which I was a big fan of the song when it came out. I was a big fan of the Bee Gees as well. So these guys really nailed it, and they're really talented. So, yeah, I think it is a prerequisite in order to be a true Filipino. You really need to be able to know how to sing. So maybe everybody can sing over there. I don't know. I've never been. I'd love to go someday. Someday would be great. Let's see. What else did I miss here? There are so many bands. It's from Ron. There are so many bands and solo artists in the Philippines that are extraordinary. Absolutely. Oh, thanks for watching Love and Life. Well, we're glad you liked it, and yeah, they're great. I don't know if you actually heard them before. Had you heard them before? Because they are really good, and apparently they do a lot of Beatles songs as well. And I'm a huge Beatles fan, so it's nice to see these guys doing it because you don't hear too many people doing cover. You don't hear too many cover bands of the Beatles. Uh, which I don't know if it's like a copyright thing or what. I don't know, but Andy says he watched a couple of SB19 videos which were heavily produced and could barely hear the vocals. Didn't care for them. Okay. Then I watched them on the Wish Bus and liked them that much more. Well, we do have you're going to be seeing more of SB19 and the Wish Bus. They were just here in LA not too long ago, as a matter of fact. And they did a Wish Bus down. I believe it was in Santa Monica, and Sam and I reacted to that. So we're gonna put that out very soon. But they are called the Live Monsters for a reason, Andy. So people do always recommend. Obviously, you can watch the music videos and stuff, but you should also. Then they prefer this to watch their live stuff because it's really good, and then they get to show off their skills, obviously. Oh, all right, Love and Life. So you'd never heard of REO Brothers? Well, you're we're in the same boat. We hadn't heard of them until we did it. This was by the way, that REO Brothers song we did was something that was requested by you guys. I think it was last Wednesday or the Wednesday before, but it went to the top of the list, so it's there. Atia is here. Yeah, I guess you know what, Andy. I'm gonna have to go check out those Beatles tribute bands because it's probably just because I'm not in that algorithm. I haven't looked for it. Once I start looking, I'm sure I'll get a ton of Beatles cover bands thrown my way. We do have more BTS coming as well. So let's get back to what we did. So we obviously just did BTS as well about 5 days ago. We did Life Goes On, which I am a huge fan of that song. I don't know if you guys have heard that song. Obviously, BTS fans have probably heard it. Army, you've made yourselves known, but it was the first time I had ever heard Life Goes On, and it was really good. Like it's one of my favorite BTS songs. It was, it was a bit emotional, and there's a lot of messaging to Army, like they usually do, right? But it was really, really good. And then, of course, we had to go back. Sam and I had to go back and do uh, the correct Ren part two of the, what was it? It was the Money Game trilogy, part two of the Money Game trilogy. So we had to do the lyric video, and it blew us away. It blew us away. So if you haven't seen that Ren reaction yet, it's only been out for a couple of days, but it's so good. It's so good. And and I just saw something too. Speaking of Ren, yeah, I think Life Goes On is very underrated too. I think you're right, Atia. Googie's here. Um, Angela, here you go. I love that you say that, Andy, because guess what's coming out tomorrow? Guess what's coming out tomorrow? Yours truly. I wanted it to get out today. However, it was blocked. And it's because it was part of the America's Got Talent, I don't know, licensing, copyright issues. So it's been blocked. So here's the thing. You got about 30 days to watch it on YouTube before they come back and probably say, yeah, we're still going to block it. So, any rate, Andy, you're in luck. That one's coming out. I wouldn't say you're in luck. We planned it this way. You requested it, and on the live, so it went to the top of the list, and that is going out next. Also, what's going to come out, well, scheduled to come out the day after that is if you're a Tori Halub fan. That one was also requested on our live. That is also going out. The We've Only Just Begun. So, yes, I agree. I totally agree. I was just thinking about Bandmade the other day, yesterday, in fact, when I was talking to Sam. And I told him, I said, we got to do some more Bandmade. I know that Bandmade did like a crossover with The Warning. And we just did The Warning about a week ago. So, that'll be, we'll be doing some more Warning for sure. Um, but I was thinking about doing the Bandmade and The Warning collaboration. Although somebody said we shouldn't do that. Yeah, I corrected myself, Joe, right? I said halub afterward. Ha-lub. Ha-lub. The fifth studio album is due anytime. What? I didn't know that. Yes, and I have seen a lot of reactions, obviously, for that America's Got Talent clip, but you never know. We're usually on the short end of the stick, and then I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because Sam and I, we try to not speak during the song because we want everybody to listen to it. But also we need to like absorb the whole thing as it is, to give a really true first time reaction. Because I don't like to talk about things and then I start missing what's happening, and I don't like to pause it because it's kind of messes with the pacing, which a lot of songs purposely have. And I go back to Ren's a perfect example of why you should never pause a music video, because he has things purposely set up, pacing wise, lyrically, etc., that if you pause it, it kind of just messes that whole thing up. So you kind of got to hear everything as a whole. There's a Warning movie coming out. You've got to be kidding me. Thank you, Atia. Thank you. Ron, what, Eva Cassidy, you have to wait. It's coming. I am gonna look for that studio album from fifth studio album from The Warning. Let's see. Atia, you're the best. Um, all right. Well, here's what we're gonna. Well, we'll definitely do that. Um, I do want to hear because I think we've only listened to one Bandmade, and I freaking loved it. I freaking loved it. Those girls rock. So I can't wait to hear what else they have up their sleeve. And of course, the Warning. They've rocked us every time, and it's kind of hard to come up with new superlatives to talk about them, but they're just amazing. Danny, the oldest sister, yep, guitarist of the Warning, turns 26. Jeez. 24 in February. Bassist just turned 21. Oh, there's some trouble. We drove 90 minutes to see the Warnings movie in the theater back in September. I didn't even know it was out in the theater. That's cool. Oh, I bet. You saw it at the Century City. Wow. You know what? That seems to be the thing that bands are doing nowadays. I mean, I know Billie Eilish has James Cameron directing her concert, which I can't even imagine what that's going to look like considering how James Cameron is. James Cameron just is he's inventing new ways to visualize things for the audience. So, I mean, and I think that just got pushed back cuz he was still like creating something or still trying to figure out new ways to again tantalize the visuals as you will. But I mean, that seems to be the thing. Bands are starting to do these movies now, and I think you're going to see more like concerts and stuff like that in movie theaters. And I think we probably have Taylor Swift to thank for that. Domination, OMV, and Live. Okay, Domination. Let me put that on the list. And it's very possible, guys, depending on how Sam does, that it may just be me. So maybe I'll bring a guest on or something, a special guest. And I usually do that. Bring somebody else in to kind of help me out. But it may end up just being me. Let's see. I saw the Warning concert on streaming media 2 or 3 weeks ago. There are probably clips on YouTube, right? Don't things usually end up on YouTube? At least clips. I mean, how else would you promote it? Yeah, I don't remember seeing anything about it, but I mean we're fairly new to the Warning, but oh, that's cool, Joe. They had a red carpet at that's where they did it. They did it at the Grove, like their premiere. That's sweet. Did you get to see? I assume you got to see them. Yeah, that's true. That's so true, Bandmade. My favorite concert video, Andy says, is The Last Waltz from 1978 for the last concert by the band, and it was directed by Martin Scorsese. What? I think I kind of that actually rings a bell, but I'm gonna have to go back and see what that looks like. What does a Martin Scorsese concert film look like? Would you know? Is there something in it that says, "Oh, Scorsese did that for sure"? Like, could you tell if you didn't know? Consume. All right. All right. Ron, well, we're gonna have to go look for some clips. I'm gonna have to go look for Joe's red carpet premiere. Like were you working for like E Entertainment News at the time, Joe? You know, I used to do that for a living. That was my thing. I had to go to red carpets and they have spots for everybody. So, for example, if I was at E at the time, you had to go find your spot, and depending on the celebrity, they would have you either higher up, or and if they didn't like you, you were all the way in the back or at the end. So you really wanted to be at the front because that's they haven't heard any questions yet, so they don't get sick of them by the time they get to you. So I used to do that all the time. I'd go to like red carpets, and you would have to like, I mean, it's really sad. You have to like really force yourself in and like push people away and say, "Get out of my way! I'm doing this is my turn." And then you got to get your camera guy ready, make sure audio's rolling, make sure your producer behind the camera is okay. But um, yeah, those were fun times. I actually enjoyed it. It was just crazy. Let's see. The Last Waltz is iconic. I'll have to check that out. Cheap Trick. Oh my gosh, I'm a huge Cheap Trick fan. I was working for Joe, and they came in at the door to my right. Very cool. Oh, so he had him. So Scorsese was on camera when he interviewed. All right. Wow. When I was a teen, the big rock movie was Led Zeppelin. The song remains the same. I'm trying to think the very first concert concert movie I ever saw. I can't think of it. I can't think of it. It really wasn't my thing. In fact, going to concerts really wasn't my thing at all. I preferred like Cheap Trick at Budokan. Cheap Trick. God, Cheap Trick was so big. Cheap Trick was so big back then. And some people don't even know who Cheap Trick is. It's really sad. Uh, they had some really good songs. All right, and then we did Ario Brothers. That came out yesterday. It's doing okay. You know what? It's doing okay. Um, let's see. Oh, Joe, I'm looking at a. Is this you, Joe? Maybe not. But there's a Joe on here that says, I've gotten to tour with these guys last couple years in the US. Amazing guys, to say the least. They are so talented, skilled, and genuine. Talking about the REO brothers. Uh, guess you guys have given Mission Souls a break. Well, that's not true. We just haven't had time to put them out yet, actually. I wish I could show you guys these comments. Some of them are really interesting. Yeah, when I was a kid, I can't think of any music concert film that I ever went to. And like I said, I wasn't really a big concert going kind of guy. I'd rather just sit in my room and listen to my songs in private. But to each their own, man. To each their own. What else do we got going on? So I don't think there is anything else that I can even give you guys. I think that might be it. Andy, you're the number one dude tonight. You are number one, bro. And I even labeled it correctly today. Did you guys notice I labeled the video correctly today? And did you also notice how messy my room is? I was actually looking through some old equipment. Oh, thank you, Joe. Thank you for sending me a link. Yeah, Woodstock movie, of course. Um, so anyway, so I was today I was just thinking I've got so much equipment, camera equipment and things that I spent so much money on, and I just kind of went through it all today and found some old footage of some shows that we used to shoot on like the cards still, so it was kind of fun to go through some of the footage. But I think I'm going to sell a lot of my camera equipment. I just don't use it anymore, and it's really good stuff. But a lot of it, like, is I just got like cords and stuff like laying everywhere. It's a disaster over there. So thankfully, this only goes this far. But yeah, it's clean. It was clean out day. Clean out day. Devo. Devo didn't have a movie, does it? Did Devo have a movie? Wow, that's another one that's crazy. I know there's been some interesting things that have happened lately too. I think I held some news here. Let me double check. I may have deleted all of it because usually Sam and I spend about a half an hour or so beforehand, and we'll make sure all the news we want to talk about gets talked about. But we did, obviously he wasn't here today, and we were kind of concerned with him, and I was about to cancel today's podcast, but I didn't want to do that. Sam didn't really want to do that either. So um anybody here watching Fallout with hold in with the new in 1964, the movie The Tammy Show is awesome. Teenage Music International and the Rolling Stones made their US debut. Mick Jagger said after biggest mistake they ever made was insisting they closed the show and had to oh, James Brown. Yeah, don't follow James Brown. That's a tough one. I've never heard of the Tammy Show though. It's before my time. I don't know how many Tammy shows they had. I tried to push mute, I swear. But yeah, nobody's following James Brown. In fact, did you guys ever watch the Pavarotti James Brown collaboration? One of the greatest things I have ever seen. Mixing those two people together and then coming out with something that is so awesome it really is one of the greatest songs that I have ever heard, or even mainly because I couldn't conceive it actually happening, but they did it and pulled it off, and it was huge. And I love that James Brown was like, Pavarotti, yeah, sure, why not? Let's do it. I mean, that's just amazing. Yeah, I'll have to look for the clips of Tammy on YouTube, Joe. Um. Anyway, so things that are coming down the pipeline. So more BTS. We have Mission Souls for anybody who's concerned about Mission Souls. There's only so many we can do. But we also have the warning. Bandmate is now back on the it's at the top of the list now. So yeah, we really got to do some Bandmade. Really love them. Ren, I actually just finished editing another Ren. We love Ren, of course. In fact, I just saw a short that he did that I think he finally hit #1 in the UK. And who did he beat out? It was the guy that did Never Gonna Give You Up. I can't remember his name. You guys tell me. Oh wow. Tammy Show was filmed in California, then shown in theaters around the USA. All-star lineups with professional go-go dancers, including Terry Garr. Oh my gosh! It's very maybe I have seen it because I know that about Terry Garr. I didn't know that had anything to do with the Tammy Show. That's crazy. James Brown in Rome, 1964. Rick Astley. That's it. Thank you. Uh, Youngblood. Yeah, it's Astley. Uh, yeah, he beat him out. I didn't even know Rick Astley was still happening. And I like Rick Astley. Actually, you know what? I wasn't a huge fan when he first came out. I mean, his song was like everywhere when it first came out. I don't even remember what year that was, but I just remember that song popped out for the first time, and it stayed like number one for it felt like forever. And then of course and then it became a meme later on in life, and he really played with that, and I really dug that about him. So I actually became like a Rick Astley fan because he was so game for it all. And but I love that he's still around. Yeah. He must have. He was number 1. He was number 1, or he had just I all I know is Ren beat him out for the top spot. Wait, Rick Astley's a drummer? Ooh, Googie says stop making sense. Talking Heads. I love Talking Heads. Jonathan Dem Prince, Sign of the Times, The Police. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's huge. Talking Heads, I really like them. Such a different band. A band that was needed at the time, I think, as well. I didn't. Are you messing with me? Does Rick Astley actually play the drums? Wow, didn't know that. Didn't know that. Wait, how old is that song now? How old is Never Gonna Give You Up? Do I need to look it up? I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna ask AI. How, what year did Never Gonna Give You Up come out? Purple Rain. I mean, did they ever do like a Purple Rain concert? I've seen the movie, but did they do a concert only? Ooh, Rick Astley. Oh, it was released in 1987 here in the States, maybe? Oh, no. Oh, it was in the UK. All right. So 87. So, yes, that is like, holy smokes. That's almost 40 years old. Man. Highway to Hell by what? Rick Astley should not be cursing. It's going to ruin my entire image of him. Yeah, Talking Heads were like, I feel like a lot of people appreciate them more now because of how different they were. Uh, I just I thought they were every time that they were on like the radio, it was just one of those. I had to listen to it. He was so strange, and I can't remember the lead singer's name off the top of my head, but he was so strange that I just loved him. I just loved him because of how strange he was. Oh man, I tell you what, that would be a concert to go to. I would have loved to have seen Prince in concert, and unfortunately, we can't do that. It's never going to happen now. Hello, Maria. For those of you who just joined and you're wondering where the heck is Sam, Sam is in the hospital. He seems to be okay. He's just there for observation. Um, he told me, tell everybody I'm not doing a hospital short because the last two times he's done a hospital short, a YouTube short from the hospital, I should say, uh, he still gets, he did one like 2 or 3 years ago that he still gets comments like, oh my gosh, I hope you're okay, Sam. So he's like, I'm not putting anything out anymore. They're going to think I'm always in the hospital. So he's not going to say anything from there. So hopefully he can be on for Friday. So if you guys want to see Sam, he should, crossing my fingers, he's here Friday. But yeah, so he couldn't join us today. I was on the verge of canceling this because I know that Sam is he's the one that draws the audience, and But I was like, well, the show must go on. The part of me, the actor part of me, and of course Sam said this too. The show must go on. So that's why I'm here today. That's why I'm alone. And hospitals don't like it when you film well. He sneaks it in. I don't know how he did it the last two times, but he did do it. Oh yeah, David Byrne. Thank you, Googie. Yes, Talking Heads lead singer David Byrne. Uh, yeah, they were very popular on MTV in the 80s. You're right. Brian Eno David Byrne. Is that his full name? Oh, thanks, Andy. I'll let him know. I'll let him know. I'm learning so much tonight. This is great. Does anybody remember the second song to ever air on MTV? That is a Mexican Coke. I had to go get some I was having I had a Mexican fit today. I had to have Mexican food. So there's a place here in Sherman Oaks called Cactus that we go to when we need our just a quick fix, and they do an awesome job. At least the one we go to does an awesome job. But it's called Cactus, and they definitely sell the best stuff. Have a Coke and a smile. It was a Pat Benatar song. Yes, that's correct. Pat Benatar. Wait, what's the Tom Tom Club? Love and Life, he'll be back. I'm sure he's sad that he had to miss the show. He was sad. He misses you guys. He looks forward to these, like we both do. We look forward to these Wednesdays and these Saturdays because we get to talk with you guys. And I don't think we've found the sweet spot yet of like how to reach the most people. We have so many people from around the world that it's kind of hard to pick a specific time. So we were thinking about adding a Monday podcast as well, but doing it not at 6 p.m. our time here in LA, but maybe do it earlier, like, noon, like 6 hours earlier than now. It was You Better Run. Good job, Bandmaid. Ron's got to get going. Sorry to see you go, Ron. Thanks for stopping by, though. We appreciate you. And I'll let Sam know that you said that. It's very nice. Bruce Springsteen. Yes, I saw that. I saw he just released a protest. I think he's got a couple of songs that he's really or is releasing or has released. Oh wait, I didn't see Andy's leaving. Ah, well, thanks, Andy. Or did I say something else? Yeah, I had a brain freeze too. I had a brain freeze. Name the five original MTV VJs. Go. Oh my gosh. My brain hurts too much. Brain hurts too much. I'm gonna look it up. Don't judge me. There was one girl on there, and I can't remember. She was blonde. She had kind of a rough voice. She that voice just kept. Have you ever heard her? I don't know if she's still alive. I think she is. But I remember seeing a video of her way after they had moved on and stuff. But um, oh, what was her name? Oh, Nina Blackwood. Nina Blackwood. Oh, Martha Quinn. Yes, I remember Martha Quinn. Good job, Love and Life. Um, Tom Tom Club was a Talking Heads project. Oh, okay. I've got to, you know what? I've got to go get some like Talking Head vinyl. I got to go get some of that. Nina Blackwood. Yep, Nina Blackwood. She was I mean I actually of all of them, I kind of well I like JJ Jackson, but Nina Blackwood was like I don't know. I liked her a lot. It was probably because of the voice. And I was a little bit of a rocker then, but she kind of had that rock vibe. JoJo Jackson. Yeah, he was. All of them were great. All of them were great. I just remember really wanting that job. Like, oh my gosh, I want to do that someday. JJ's dead. Ah, I didn't know that. Are any of them still alive? Let's take a look. So JJ died in 2004 of a heart attack. Yikes. Yeah, Mark Goodman had that. He did have that hair. Love and life. That's funny. Yeah, who was the skinny blonde dude? Who was that? So the original five, if we didn't actually put that out yet, was Martha Quinn, Nina Blackwood, Mark Goodman, which Love and Life has a crush on, Alan Hunter, and then JJ Jackson. So I don't know, is Alan Hunter, is he the was he the blonde guy? I don't recall. Yeah, it was him. Yep. Alan Hunter. Yeah. Yeah, I think I remember Mark Goodman coming out and he had to give the speech about what MTV was. What an iconic thing. I thought, here's the thing. I thought MTV took down all of their music channels. But I was just upstairs watching the 80s MTV I Want My 80s for like an hour today. Let's see. Mark Goodwin was the first person. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. But again, I thought they had shut everything down for MTV. Downtown Julie Brown. Yeah, I remember her too. I kind of had a crush on her. So MTV shut down all its remaining music only channels in December. No, see, here's the thing. I just watched MTV 80s today. So I don't understand that. The main MTV channel is still on the air. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that's possible. Bandmade, gotta run. Hope Sam gets out soon. Look forward to more Bandmade. Bandmade is coming. I will let Sam know. We appreciate you for the heartwarming thoughts, and I will pass those on. So we appreciate it. Um, all right, guys. I actually think I may call it for the day, and that's just because, like I said, usually Sam and I have a rundown that we go through, and then we just have a chat with you guys. But since we didn't do a rundown today, I don't have much to talk about, or at least inform you, and I feel like I let you guys down in that regard. But Friday, like I said, I think Sam will be back, and we'll both be answering lots of questions. He loves medical questions, so if you guys want to just inundate him with hospital questions, that would be awesome. I say that kiddingly. But I'm sure he'll be happy to share with you what's going on. But he will be. The good news is that it's Friday, so he'll be in the luxury of his own home. He doesn't have to come here. He can just, he can be relaxed in bed and still do a podcast. But all right, thanks, Joe. I appreciate that. I won't beat myself up, but yeah, it was just kind of a sudden thing that happened today. It was just crazy. Actually, this happened. Actually, started yesterday, and then we had an interview that he and I were going to be doing with for another creator on creator show, and we had to kind of cancel that one because he was having some issues. So he went into the doctor, and he's just been there ever since. So, uh, well, thank you, Love and Life. I will tell him to get his butt back. I need my banter and compliments. Well, he's full of compliments for you. So I will let him know, and thank you. All right. On that note, I will say thanks again for everybody who has joined us today. Come back for Friday, and we'll see if Sam's here. If Sam's not here, I'll likely just have maybe I'll bring a special guest in. I'll have more time to actually do something about it. So maybe I'll have a special guest in. But my guess is Sam will be here on Friday. But hopefully we'll see you then. And have a good Wednesday and have a good Thursday and